Assalamu alaikum and on Jarama. This is Brother Elijah Shabazz, aka Ilyas Shabazz Ba. I'm reporting to you from Guinea, Conakry. I am honored to be here in front of a gold mine. And what I'm going to discuss today is very important to me and very important to black people in America and throughout the world. When we're taught inside of Western education, we oftentimes are made to believe that our people were in the jungles of Africa. We were very savage. We had no education whatsoever, when in fact that is far, far from the truth. If you know the history of ancient Timbuktu, it was one of the most literary societies on earth. There were more books in Timbuktu than there was in Europe during the heyday of Timbuktu. So I was always fascinated with this knowledge that was found in Timbuktu. I spent many, many nights on the internet looking at copies of the ancient manuscripts, and I even desired myself to go to Timbuktu. Timbuktu is very, 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 very far. You have to take a plane to Mali, then you have to get on a boat for like 2 days and ride up a river. And at this present time, there's war going on there, there's fighting. So when I made my first visit to Fouta, Jallon, I met an elder named Amadou Taylor Jallon, and he gave his grandchild some books. And in those books, they were the very, very same type of books that you find in ancient Timbuktu. And when I did further research, I found out that the Fulani, the Fulbe from Mali, from Timbuktu, they came to Guinea, particularly in Fouta, Jallon, and they established the theocratic democracy in Fouta, Jallon. So the same type of knowledge that was there, you can also find it here in Fouta, Jallon. In fact, Prince Abdul Rahman, who was brought to America, he studied in Timbuktu. He was from Fouta, Jallon, but he studied in Timbuktu. So when I saw these books, I said, wow, they're the exact same kind I was studying online, and I feel so blessed by Allah that He put these books in my path and allowed me to have access to them. So if you take a look down, these books here, if you look at the writing, same type of writing that you find in the books in Timbuktu, the footnotes written on the side of the documents, written in Arabic script. Now, what I want to say about this Arabic script is that some of it is actually Arabic words, others are Pula. Most of the scholars in Timbuktu, they wrote Pula, but they use Arabic script to write their Pula. So this Arabic is a variation of what you call Fusha, modern standard Arabic. And let me just say this about Islam. You know, a lot of people try to separate Timbuktu from Islam. There is no knowledge in Timbuktu that doesn't begin with the Holy Quran. The scholars started with the Holy Quran, and then the subjects in the Holy Quran, they branched out and they wrote extensively on every single subject. So if you look at this document here, you will see it starts off with the Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Every document in all these writings start off with Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Sallallahu Sayyid, Muhammad, Nabi, Al-Karim, Allah. So what it's basically saying is, in the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, is giving blessings on Muhammad, the Prophet of Allah. And then from there, it goes into the subject matter. Here you see a drawing, geometric patterns here. When I was in Fouta, Jallon, the first time I went to Fouta, Jallon, I seen something similar to this in a Quran that was 150 years old. And I asked the elder, what does this type of drawing mean? They said when you get to this type of, this pattern here, it means that you stop, you pause, then you go out and you do some work. Because prayer, study, and work is a part of the Fulbe regimen. And that's why you find the Fulani, wherever they are on the earth, they're very enterprising. They own businesses, they own their own shops, because the very culture is that you pray, you study, and you go out and do some work. You don't sit around all day and be a scholar. In fact, they say it was the Fulani, the Fulbe, that set the curriculum for Timbuktu. And within that curriculum, every scholar had to have a degree in business, because they didn't want no scholar to be dependent on the people. They have systems like that where the scholar goes around and teaches and he takes money from the people. But that wasn't the curriculum in ancient Timbuktu. Every scholar had to own his own business. So he was independent of the people, and they did that to also guard the scholars and the imams from corruption. Because if these people over here are giving you money, then you're going to talk in a way that pleases them. You're not going to speak the truth because you're going to please the people that are giving you money. So if you have your own business and you're making your own money, then you speak the truth freely. You don't care whether this person like it, this person like it. You're not favoring this people or that people because you have your own money. So that was a part of the curriculum, and you find that same type of thing here in Fouta, Jallon, where in the very knowledge is that type of discipline. You stop, you go out, you do some work. Over here, you see letters, and in some areas you see a series of numbers. Most of the knowledge is very, very organized. This is not disorganized knowledge. It's not just writing in what we would say a rambling speech. It's very organized so that the learner can systematically memorize everything that's being taught. This chart here appears to be very much the attributes of Allah. The attributes of Allah. Al-Hiya, which means the life giver. Rabbi, Lord. And so forth and so on. There are 99 plus attributes of Allah. Over here you see a series of numbers of 90 and 10, 110. So here is a mathematical theology. Again, you see the hieroglyph, the charts. Now I say hieroglyphs because the historians, they trace the Fulani back to ancient Egypt, and a lot of the hieroglyphic writings, the hieroglyphic symbols, you can also find in some of the writing of the Fulbe. So, many people ask me, well, what does these books say? They say a whole lot. And in just these two books that I have right here in front, it will take a team of translators to decipher all of this. One person, it will take them 20 years maybe to decipher all the knowledge that are in these writings. If you look at the paper, as you can see, it's very, 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 very old. Again, the elder that granted this book to this grandchild, he received it from his grandparents. So these books can be anywhere between 200 to 400 years old. They're very, very ancient, as you can see in the writing, as you can see in the cover. These are very, very old, ancient books. So I want to thank you for taking this time to listen to this presentation. Hopefully in years to come, we can give you more, we can extract more knowledge from these great writings. And again, I thank Allah much that I was blessed to have access to such jewelry, as I would call it, such valuable treasure. So, in Ontuma, Siyala Jabi.